for something. I've been down the darkest roads and up in the clouds, but I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. I've been waiting for the one forever. Finally I got you, baby, here in my heart. When I'm with you I feel so much better, oh yeah. Before you I was just a shell, so stuck in the dark. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. Follow your heart, baby, don't be shy. Just follow yours and I'll follow mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good. Something good. Something good.
Every time I can't get the dang song dialed in right correctly. I gotta fix that. Oh, I promise I'll fix it. I promise I'll fix it. You guys, I have some fun stuff to show you. Not one person posted a question before our live video. So if you have questions about anything, will you please post them right now in the comments with a Q in front of it so that I can get your question answered. Hey, Michael, don't go anywhere because I might need you to help me out, my friend, because I have some new technology that I am playing with and I am not sure if I'm doing it correctly. I'm having it's quirky. It's quirky, right? It's quirky. Great question, Billy. I will totally address that. So yeah, put a Q in front of your questions. If you guys have questions, tell me how the audio sounds right now. I know that's actually a pet peeve of live streamers who train live people. They get annoyed when we're always like, "Do I sound okay? Can you guys hear me? Is everything okay?" Well, guess what? When we're not, using special technology and monitoring tools, we don't know. So I'm using a monitoring tool right now, though. Thanks, Laura. My lamp is working. Yes, it is. I have officially stolen Addison's lamp. I actually tried to buy my own lamp, but I got the wrong colors. So we got to return that. But she said, okay, well, you can borrow mine until you get another one. I was like, okay, thanks, sister. So very kind of my child to let me borrow her lava lamp that I bought for her. Anyway, Okay, so today's live Q&A, y'all. So let's talk about your questions. Do you have questions for me? I want to know if you have questions. I want to talk about your questions. So post your questions in the comments. Let me know what those are. Did you guys see me stream last week and talk about Kapwing, by the way? Because check this overlay out. What if I were to like do a giveaway? Look at that fun one. I made that super easy with Kapwing. And then while we were live, we made this one, right? So fun stuff. I'm actually cannot wait to have some free time, some capacity to play around with that app, Kapwing. It's super awesome. But yeah, so I'm excited to maybe slightly low. Yeah, it is, isn't it? For a fancy microphone, it's way too low, in my opinion. And I have the gain up. That's what's frustrating. So Michael, don't go anywhere. We're gonna work on this stuff. So let me do something fast. La 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 la. Hold on. One quick momento, please. I need to check something very quickly. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Hold on. Let me get there. I'm getting there. Oh my God. I'm like opening some up. Of course, I'm going live at the exact same time my girl Amy Porterfield's going live. And I already see some of my DIYers are in the threads on that one. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for something. Give me just a hot second. Put your questions with a Q, right? Put your questions with a Q. I'm switching something up real fast so I don't screw something up. Okay, cool. All right. There we go. Okay, cool. So I forgot to get myself logged into Canva. I got to get logged into Canva. Oops, I got to do it in a different window. So yeah, I am going to be showing you guys a couple things today. I'm going to show you some tips today in Canva that I feel like a lot of people don't realize are features. And I'm going to have to look and make sure I understand whether they're paid or pro. So I need to do that. So, oh, good morning, Tara. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Laura, that question, I don't understand what your question is. And let's keep our questions relevant to business, marketing, live streaming, gear, all those things, for sure. So let's do that. Okay, cool. Are you guys ready? Okay, so first, I want to make sure that you guys know something. So this week, I actually am super excited to announce that I'm now a StreamYard partner. What does that mean? It means that I'm going to be a contributor to their content, their blog, some of their tutorial videos, and helping them help users maximize the product. So I'm pumped about it. So StreamYard, if you guys have been around here for a while, you know that StreamYard is the application I use. It's my go-to app for all my live videos. I literally barely go live without it anymore. It is the one that I always use. It can do so many cool things, and they have 2 features coming out that are rolling out this week. One is going to be you can monitor your network. So if your network's having issues, or maybe somebody's gaming in your house and you're trying to go live, and it's going to tell you if you're having network issues, because when you stream with StreamYard, you see a preview window of your stream, but your preview window is like perfection. It's not necessarily what the people on the other side see. And so that feature is coming out, which I think is really great for people, especially when you're wireless and you're not hardwired into your router, which you should be if you can. I mean, I got a cable going all the way across over here, and it's not pretty, but it's worth it so that my streams are quality, right? But the other feature that I am crazy excited about, I just started twitching because I got so they are going to roll out, I think they said tomorrow. Basically, you will be able to play native video. So what does that mean? So I can play videos like my countdown timer. That's a video that I upload into StreamYard, and I just click it and it takes over the stream. It plays it. And then when it's done, it automatically goes away, and whatever's added to my stream, I usually make sure I add myself, it pulls me up. And it's super easy to use. It's great for short clips, tutorials if you want to do like a demo and you want to record a demo video and then load it in, or an intro video or an outro video. It's perfect for that. However, we have some limitations on the time that we can upload and the quality. So, but here's the other thing. When you play a video that's inside StreamYard, it takes over the whole stream. And this is why I'm so excited about it. I can record a video. I can do a demo video, and I could play that. I'll be able to share that demo video with you guys and play it in the stream. But I can actually use those different views. So, like for example, when I share my screen. So let me just share my screen, right? So when I share my screen, I have this view, or this view, right? You'll be able to have all those same views and those toggles when you're using this video share feature. So what it is it's going to let you play a video that's on your system. The video can be an hour long if you want it to. I don't necessarily recommend that, but you can actually also pause the video. And so like, let's say for example, I want to play a video of a tutorial and it's like 7 minutes long and I play it and I want to pause it. I can pause it and be like, okay, now that part might be confusing for you guys. So let me just explain that a little bit more. You guys, how cool is that? The other thing I'm really excited about with this feature is that, let's say, for example, I wanted to have a countdown timer and maybe go with this view, right? And I want to be on screen with you, but you still know I'm not necessarily fully live yet. So like my friends over at Live Streaming Pros have, I mean, I see these all the time now, but I think they were some of the first ones to do it, where they have the countdown timer, but it's transparent. So you can actually still see them getting ready for the stream. And Luria Petrucci, she like dances during it. And when she has guests on, she dances with her guests. She'll kind of toggle the view so that you see. And she and I have had these like fun dance offs when I've been on her show. And it's so freaking cool and so engaging and so fun. And I'm always like, I would love to do that. But right now, we can't do that with StreamYard. But this could be a workaround for like a little bit. This could be a workaround that I could potentially make work. The other thing I really like about it is that when we have this feature, and let's say, for example, I want to share my whole screen and it'd be the whole video, well, just imagine this is a video, okay? Then I can also pull up overlays. So right now you're seeing an overlay, which is my StreamYard overlay. But I can pull up any other overlay. Like if I want to promote something, I could pull up an overlay while the video is playing as well. That is also one of the things that I've never loved about the count, like the videos that are inside StreamYard, is that it covers the overlays. I actually think that they should change that. I've expressed that. I think other people have. It's possible that it's going to change. I have no idea, but the countdown timer or any videos we play goes on top of everything else. So except for banners and comments, but any overlays, your background or your video feed, it covers that stuff up. So yeah. But you guys, so anyways, this particular live stream today is currently sponsored by StreamYard. So obviously you know that I use it. I'm excited to jump on board. We're getting everything kind of organized. I'm going to be making tutorial videos for them. And like I said, helping them out with blog content and a lot of other stuff. So it's going to be super fun. Now, let me tell you something else I'm working on right now. This is why I kind of need to make sure that my friend here, Mr. Michael Hughes, is hanging out with me. I am using a different microphone today. So today, if you guys are inside my Facebook group, then you saw me post that I went and bought 2 mics on Saturday. So I actually went to get this mic right here, which is the Elgato Wave 3. And I happened to decide I'm just going to pop into Guitar Center and just see what they have. Well, they had the Shure M7B in stock, which is Shure is a really great microphone. They have an XLR microphone that's incredible. And they have this microphone that is both a USB compatible or it is also an XLR. But so it's perfect for somebody who maybe wants to start with USB and then maybe upgrade later and get the interface and go with XLR. However, I've been playing with both of these mics for a few days now. And I'm going to show you a couple of cool features with the reason why I wanted to go get this Elgato Wave 3. The reason I wanted to get this is because there's an app that it comes with that is a virtual mixer. So I'll kind of get into that in a second. But the Shure sounds really good. And I'm going to let you hear both mics. So you're going to hear both microphones. But as Michael says here, that it sounds a little low. And I don't disagree. And I have the gain way up. So let me open up the Shure app. Oops, did I close it? No, it's right there. Okay, so let me share my screen so you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, so over here, I'm not going to show you that yet. This is the Shure app that comes with this microphone. So right now, I've got everything set to manual, but I've got my gain 25.5 decibels. You guys, the microphone is like 2.5 inches from my face. So I am a little disappointed that maybe the microphone doesn't quite come with the right amount of power, but it's a USB microphone. So Michael, is there a way I can figure out how to get more power to this mic? It's real. Oh, Christian's here. Yes, Christian. It's the Shure. It is the Shure. And how would I use a cloud lifter with a USB mic? Help me understand that. Maybe you can provide some context. Christian, you guys, is with StreamYard, as I was just telling you. So Christian, we should probably add this to our list of ideas. How do you know if you need a cloud lifter? Should you use a cloud lifter, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the Shure. I'm on manual. Now, I've also got the equalizer set to nothing. The compressor is set to medium. When I go off, I sound even quieter. So that's going to get even quieter. If I go to medium, there I am. I can, of course, change some other things here, but I can also go to auto level. Auto level, I have done this a couple times, and I'm still not totally convinced whether it sounds better or not. You guys tell me. So right now we're on manual, and I have these settings here. So now I'm going to go to auto level. It's set to near, which, yeah, it's like 2.5 inches. I'm in natural, but if I go to dark, it's actually going to make me sound bassier. If I go to this bright, it probably sounds a lot more like what you guys are used to. I used to use, well, at least I did until I unhooked it this weekend, my Blue Yeti, which a lot of people do not like the Blue Yetis. I have found the Blue Yeti to be a great microphone for me. I use it for my podcasts. I've used it for videos, and I have never really had any major complaints. A lot of people say it picks up a lot of background noise. For me personally, I never really had that issue. I just always made sure that I had the mic close to me with the gain down. However, with this microphone, I have to have the gain up pretty high. So kind of interesting with that. The other thing I'm not in love with the Shure is the plosives, the pops, the peas, the puffs of air. It even has this like pop filter on it, but I personally am not overly impressed with the quality of it. I feel like the plosives are a bit intense for the amount of money I spent on this mic. And the fact that it does come with its own little, well, it's not really a pop filter. It's I forget what those things are called. The sponge, the thingy-majig. But I think it does sound better than the Elgato Wave 3. Now, the Elgato Wave 3, let's go ahead and I'm going to tell you why I was intrigued by the Elgato Wave 3 in the first place. It is because of this right here. This app that it comes with, it's called WaveLink. And you have to have an Elgato Wave microphone to even open or install this app. But what this app does is it's like a virtual mixer. I can't make that any bigger. I wish I could. It's a virtual mixer. And so right here, you see the Wave mic. It's currently muted, right? I'm over here, windscreen. Thank you. Christian says windscreen. That is the thingy-majig right here. It's right here. It's on it. The windscreen is on it. It's there. It's on it. Okay, so I'm currently using the Shure right now. So that's actually something I was really impressed with, is it lets you add other microphones. Now, what it does is it lets me also play other sources, and I can control the volume of those sources just like a mixer, like a DJ would on a mixer, right? With the knobs and the cool things. But one of the things that's really interesting about this particular app, that is why so many streamers are so excited about it, is because it gives you two different ways to listen. You can listen to your actual, this is called a monitoring mix, which means I can listen to all these sources even if I'm not streaming it to you. So for example, if I wanted to turn up my Spotify, which is not playing, I don't think. Let me start playing Spotify. I'm going to play some Stream Beats by Harris Heller. This is copyright free music. And I want to turn it up in my headset right here. Oh, I have it locked. So you hear music now too, don't you? Let me unlock that and turn it down. So now you don't hear music, but I still do because I'm listening to my monitor mix. Now, that is important for a couple reasons, because sometimes when you're streaming and let's say I was working on something. Let's say I was working on a project and I just wanted to be live with you guys and hanging out with you. And I wanted to be listening to music while I was designing, but I didn't necessarily want to blare you out with music. This is really more critical for gamers. And I don't think many of you are gamers, right? But this is really designed for the gamer in mind. But I like it because I like to be able to check what I like to be able to check a few things sometimes. So I might be playing music like right here, and I maybe don't want to hear the music because I'm talking to you, and I don't want to, maybe I just don't want to hear it for whatever reason. So I don't hear any music right now in my ear, but I know you're hearing music, and here's how I know you're hearing music. There's two ways I know this. One, right here. Do you see these lines? That's how I know you're hearing music, because that's the audio levels. I also know that it's not super loud because it's not peaking anywhere. Again, back to the microphone. But if I turn it up, those audio levels go up when I turn it up. And I can turn it down. I can have it kind of soft. But I don't hear any music in my ears because right now I'm listening to my monitor side. And I have the headphones down. I have the sound down for me. That's why it's a headphone symbol. But if I go right here, I now can hear what you hear. So I love this. Now, here's the disadvantage to the stream mix listening to it. I hear myself twice. So I am monitoring real time through the mic, and then I'm also monitoring the stream, which has a little latency, meaning when I talk, it streams out like a quarter second, right? So I hear an echo, which is really annoying. So I don't like to listen to the stream. You don't really need to listen to your stream mix. You really only need to click here when you need to check something to make sure something sounds okay. Maybe you need to make sure your audio is actually outputting the way you want it to. So that's more of a check kind of thing. But I like that it has the monitoring, the audio levels, because I can see if I think I'm playing music and I look here and there's nothing there, then I know nothing's being output to you guys, right? Now, the other thing is that with this app, I can quickly switch to my mics. So now I'm actually going to switch over to the Elgato 3 so that you guys can hear the Elgato 3. So that's what we're going to do next. What I was saying was I muted the stream, so now you hear nothing. So now I'm talking to the Elgato Wave 3. Now let me reposition myself just a little bit because the mics are in a couple different spots. Now I really like this microphone. I like the look of it, the shock mount that I bought for it. The price point is incredible. I got it on sale. It's on sale. I think it's still on sale. It's like $160 normally, but I got it for $140. Don't quote me on that. I think that's the pricing I paid. But again, I have the app because of the mic. The app comes with the mic. Now there's a Wave 1 and there's a Wave 3. The biggest difference between the two mics is this right here, which is annoying. There's a button on here where I can actually adjust the gain. So I can turn the gain up. So now I sound a lot louder to you guys, right? So I can do it on the microphone. But if I have the app, I can also do it right here in the app. Right here. If I drop down here, whoops, I can actually adjust the gain right here a little more quietly. You don't have to hear me click the button. Now, so there's that. It also comes with a few extra features like a clip guard. So I haven't really found this to be super, I haven't totally tested it, I guess, with a stream, but this basically means that I can get really excited and you guys are going to hear me peak out. It's actually going to keep me from getting peaked out and distorted. So it actually kind of like creates like a cushion around it. And I've seen a lot of reviews of this feature on YouTube and the testing, and I could totally tell it worked. I'm not 100% sure how StreamYard works with it. The other thing that comes into mind that's really important if you're going to use this with StreamYard, for example, is this wave gain lock. So StreamYard actually has a feature where you can edit your mic settings, and one of those settings is that you can actually let StreamYard auto adjust your volume. So if StreamYard thinks that your volume's a little low, it'll go ahead and increase the gain. It'll actually bump up the volume on your behalf. When you're using an app like this and you are being pretty crystal clear and and you can monitor your own volume, you really don't want the app to take over because it can actually cause problems. And so you can turn this off, or turn it on. What this is supposed to do is prevent other apps from making modifications to your microphone. So that's what that is. And then enhanced low cut filter is supposed to help eliminate some background noise. I have not found this to really be worth anything at all. Like nothing. Because listen. you can hear my mouse clicks just fine. And the mouse is, that is one of the actual things that people are actually, if you go watch a bunch of reviews, that is one of the things that people don't love about the mic is that it does pick up quite a bit of background noise. I actually think that you can hear me swallow a little bit clearer than I really want you to be able to hear all that kind of stuff. And so that's an interesting there. So Christian says the Wave 1 is also bidirectional / unidirectional, whereas the Wave 3 is just unidirectional. The sample rate on the 3 is 2 times the 1. So yeah, Christian, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think sample rates make a huge difference in what we're doing here. But the bidirectional versus unidirectional. So the Wave, I didn't know that about the Wave 1. So that means it will record on the other side as well. Is that the case? Instead of just right here, which again, when you're just streaming by yourself or podcasting or whatever, you don't need that extra, you don't need any sound to pick up from another side. So what do you guys think about this particular mic in comparison to the Shure mic? So again, okay, let me really get these get them dialed in here. So I've got the Shure on my left, the Elgato here, and I can mute my Elgato and then turn on my Shure. So now you're listening to me with the Shure mic. So this is the Shure microphone right now. And again, maybe I'll just turn the music off, right? Let's turn the music off so all you hear is my voice. But again, you guys, how cool is this that I can do this? Isn't that the coolest thing ever? How fun is it that I can now, again, in a more controlled way, without having to buy some piece of equipment like a Go XLR, have different sounds streamed in and I can control everything. So yes, warmer. I totally agree. So Christian says the Shure sounds better, much warmer. So Christian has the big sister of this particular mic. He has the really nice Shure. It's an XLR mic only. This again has both USB capability as well as XLR. So if I wanted, I do not have an audio mixer or an interface, so I'm not able to test the XLR version. My guess is it would need a cloud lifter, and what that is it's creating power. So these microphones require power. They're electronics. They have to be plugged into an electronic source. When you use USB, they're pulling power from your computer when you plug it in. That's how they're powered. And so what's happened when you have a microphone that you're having to bump the gain up really high, even though you're really close to it, a lot of times it means it doesn't have enough power. That's my very amateur, high level research that I've done. I know enough to be dangerous. That's what I understand. But Michael, Christian, tell me if there's anything I'm missing there. So he says with the MV7, you can start with the USB and grow to the XLR connection. Correct. That is actually one of the things that is so enticing about this particular microphone is that you can, if you, right now, I don't have the audio mixer, but what if I want to get one in 6 months? Well, I don't have to buy a brand new microphone that's, XLR. And so I can actually use this mic and I could start with USB as it's hooked up now, and then I can use XLR. The other thing that Christian's pointing out here is that you can also use USB and XLR at the same time. It's my understanding that what I read about this microphone is that you want to have the XLR. If you're going to use the XLR, you want to have it plugged in, and that is because that USB is going to pull more power into the microphone. But again, I don't know if it needs a cloud lifter. I kind of assume it does, but I'm still troubleshooting. So, Michael says the Elgato is much louder. I think the Shure is clearer. Yeah, I totally agree. Now that's because probably the input levels that I'm using right now with that. So tell me this though, was the Elgato too loud? Did I have it too loud? Do I need to bump up, again, going back to here, I'm on auto at this point. So I can bump up the input. Oh, I'm on bright. If I go to dark, it probably sounds a little louder. I found that to be the case. If I go to manual, I can bump up my gain. And if I go to medium compression, this is kind of where I was testing the other day, and it sounded like it was pretty decent. Try setting the equalizer to auto and then adjust the EQ settings. Try setting the EQ to auto and then adjust. There's no auto EQ. The only place I can actually select an EQ is in manual. And then auto level only allows me near versus far, and then the tones, which is going to be that EQ auto setting, and then I can change my monitor mix, which I'm not monitoring through my Shure anyway. So that's that. Okay, so super fun, right? Interesting, right? Interesting. So yeah, that's what you're talking about. So I do think that the Shure sounds better, but I also think the Elgato is great. Oh, I'm on the Shure. I do think the Elgato sounds great. I do. Now I'm on the Elgato. I really think the Elgato. Let's do the plosives thing. The plosives are not near as bad with the Elgato. It actually has a built-in pop filter inside this microphone. For a built-in pop filter, I'm actually highly impressed because my plosives tend to be a problem. With the Shure, the plosives are not very good. But here, it's not pulling those plosives in. At least when I was doing my own testing, it didn't go crazy. Yeah. So Christian says, you also want to play around with the mic. Remember, everyone has a different voice pattern. 100% really loud. Okay, let me turn it down. Whoops. It's because I forgot to adjust it after I increased it. Let's go down to, whoa. How's that? Is that better? A little bit better? It's because I was playing with the setting here when I was making fun of this clicky button that's super, super loud. How is that? Is that better? That actually sounds a little better in my ears, but my monitoring is something I still have to work on as well. I've got to figure out the best way to do the monitoring so it's like as realistic as possible. Again, I'm not an audio person. I'm trying really hard to learn everything I can, but again, I'm trying to keep things plug and play. This app is plug and play. However, while I say plug and play, I will say I have had a lot of issues getting it configured and set up correctly. I've had to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of the YouTube videos that you find are honestly, they're review videos from people who Elgato sent a free microphone to. And so they're old. They're like 6 months old. And I think that people have used this enough now that they've uncovered some issues with the app, maybe some inconsistencies, some bugs. And I know that Elgato is an amazing company, and they will continue to push updates out to us. And I think that I'm going to keep it with the Elgato over here. But I really think that they are going to, okay, Karina, I will answer that question in a second. Elgato is an amazing company. They make amazing streaming products. They are the people who made the Stream Deck. I mean, they are not going to let this thing be crappy. So I'm thinking, okay, which mic do I keep? Which microphone do I keep? Do I keep the Shure microphone? Do I keep the Elgato microphone? If I let go of the Elgato microphone, I no longer have this amazing app. Now, there are alternatives out there to this app, but I really like the cleanliness of it. I think it's simplistic, and I think that's really great. I also think that you don't have to have there's not a huge learning curve. Whereas other applications, there's one called Voicemeeter that I know Christian is familiar with, and Loopback for Macs, that essentially does basically the same thing, but it has it just has a different learning curve with it. You know what I mean? And it's different with what's going on. So Karina, I will tell you what I'm doing is the app I'm showing you on screen is called Wavelink right here. This is Wavelink. And this app lets me control the stream output. So if I have Spotify playing, and I can now let you listen to Spotify as well. And of course, I'm listening to copyright-free music by Harris Heller, Stream Beats. If you guys want music that you can play and not have to worry about now you should hear audio. I just turned it up. If you want music that you can play while you stream and don't have to worry about it being taken down, Harris Heller, so Stream Beats. Just go to streambeats.com, I think, actually, and you can learn about it. But he's on Spotify, too. He's on Spotify. You can play his stuff. I think he's even got like a couple YouTube channels where you can listen to his music. But I learned a lot from Harris Heller. His YouTube channel is called Alpha Gaming. And again, he targets everything to gamers. But we as business live streamers and live streamers, there's a lot for us to learn, too. We don't have to just stick with the boring one-shot, simple, like, live stream. We can do all kinds of stuff, too. So... But this app right here, Karina, comes with the Wavelink Elgato or Wave 3 Elgato mic, which is what I'm using here. And then I was also testing the Shure mics. Now I'm talking into the Shure microphone, which comes with this application right here that lets you adjust your mic settings in this little app as well. So very cool stuff. Okay. I guess I'm going to stick with the Shure at this point. Y'all think it sounds better. I agree it sounds better. You know what's going to end up happening is I'm probably going to end up keeping both of these freaking microphones and then I'm going to have to sell a couple of, I have too many mics. I have 2 Blue Yetis and I have a Blue Yeti Nano, and I can't keep all that stuff if I keep these mics, but these would be all I need. So anyway, I'm still making that decision. I got about like 10 days left to keep playing with these mics and do it. Price difference. So to get that, and then I'm going to jump into a couple questions that you guys posted, and I'm going to show you those 2 Canva tips that I wanted to show you guys because I promised you that as well. I always have to have a backup plan for these live Q&As because sometimes you guys come and you have like 50,000 questions, and other times no questions. So I always have to have a backup plan about what can I show them? What can we talk about? But today I also had these fun mics to show you guys, for sure. So yeah. Okay. So here's the deal. The price is let me just look this up really fast because it actually changed. The Elgato Wave 3, I bought it on sale. Let me see if it's still on sale. Elgato Wave 3. Let's check it out. Okay, so it is $159.99, but it was on sale when I bought it, and it looks like it's still on sale right now at Best Buy, which is where I bought it, for $143.99. So it was on sale when I got it. And so it doesn't look like it's on sale everywhere, but I think that they're going to be dropping that price. But so it's $143.99 right now, but full price it's $159.99. This is USD, of course. And then the Shure MV7 is $249. That is the price. I thought it was $260. $249. So there's a big difference in price. We're looking at $100 or a little over $100 here in price. And again, they're different. The mics are not the same. They are not an apples to apples type of comparison. So keep that in mind when it comes to you deciding. This microphone, again, I mean, it's a great mic. I mean, I think it would be interesting, Christian. I think what you ought to do is do a comparison with your Shure microphone, which is the God, I always forget let me just start to Google it here. SM7, which is the XLR version, which is what Christian uses. So Christian, you guys can check out Christian over on the StreamYard channel. He does a lot of StreamYard stuff. And then he's also got his own stuff, Social Chefs. So check out Social Chefs and you can see what I'm talking about. Christian just upgraded his camera too. And so his streams are getting even better. Yeah. So this is the microphone that Christian uses. Now this is an XLR microphone, but it's more, it's $400, but it sounds amazing. It's great for podcasting too. And Christian, I think you use it for your podcast as well. So, all right, you guys, let's dive in to a couple questions because some of you guys asked questions. I'm going to go ahead and pull Canva back up while I'm going to go pull this. My computer's starting to lag, which is a little annoying. I'm going to go ahead and get us back to regular streaming. I'm going to close my Shure app and check some things out. So let me get Canva back up because I have a couple things I want to show you guys with Canva. These are really neat things that I just don't think everybody realizes you can do. Again, I'm going to have to look and see if they're free features or paid features. But let me go back up because I saw some questions as well. Billy, if you're still here, I saw you had a question. Billy says, should I be scheduling my lives? This is a great question. I love this question. It depends on the type of live stream that you're doing. Personally, I find way better live show ups if I schedule my live video. So, what Billy is asking is, should I actually schedule the live? So, yeah, you might schedule it like in your calendar, like Tuesday at 2, I'm going to go live, and you put it in your calendar. Well, that's not what Billy's asking. Billy's asking, should I actually schedule the live video so that it shows Billy Zerillo plans to go live Tuesday at 2 o'clock? Get notified. Yes, that is one reason. One, because people can actually get notified. They can, on Facebook, they can click get notified. And if they click that, then when you actually go live, Facebook is going to send them a notification. Now, if they have their push notifications set on, then they're going to get it pushed through to their phone. Or if they're on Facebook or they happen to pull Facebook up, then they're going to get to see that you're live in their notification feed. And so there's one positive benefit to scheduling your live stream. The other positive benefit is that when you schedule it, it's going to go as a post in the feed, and people may see that original post. And then when you actually do go live, if they happen to see that you're live in the stream or in the news feed, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, Billy said he was gonna go live on Tuesday. He's live right now. That's the thing. And so it's kind of like people sometimes need to be notified or told more than once. The other thought is that, hey, people might actually see that you're going to go live and say, I want to make sure I tune in to Billy's live. So I'm going to put that in my calendar. And Tuesday at 2 o'clock, I'm going to open up Facebook and go find Billy's live video. And so there's a lot of reasons. I think that those are the three biggest reasons right there why you want to schedule your live video, for sure. So again, this is why I love StreamYard. You can schedule a live video with Facebook, but then you have to have like another third-party app to like actually make it happen. With StreamYard, you just open StreamYard, you click create broadcast, you say schedule for later, you pick your day and time, you upload a fun picture, and voila, it does it for you. It makes it so easy. So y'all know my motto is we can be scrappy, but it doesn't have to be crappy. And when we use applications like StreamYard, we are able to do these really amazing things without all this crazy technical knowledge about stuff. We got really techie with the audio stuff with the microphones, but again, I try really hard to break things down so that it's easy to understand. And Michael, I really appreciate what you said early on in the stream when you said that that's actually something I do. And I do take pride in that. I really do. I try really hard to understand things that are technical and then for my own sanity, understand it, but also break it down for you guys so that you get what it means. So I use a lot of analogies and all those types of things. So, but yes, Billy, I think you should be scheduling your live videos 100%. So for sure. So follow-up question. I'm really glad I scrolled down to see that. How far in advance? So again, this kind of goes, here's what I will tell you. I don't think there's a specific right or wrong, but I personally have found that if I go too far in advance, it's almost like people forgot. But if I do it not far enough in advance, then it's almost like people didn't have enough notice. And so I kind of think like the 3 to 5 day is a pretty good sweet spot. But you just kind of have to play around with it and see what works for you. Also see what works for your workflow, because you may say, I just want to get out of the way. I want to just get it scheduled as early as possible. Then I don't have to worry about it. So if that's the case, what you want to do is with Facebook, you can't schedule a stream any more than 7 days in advance. And it's like literally to the hour. So you obviously can't schedule any further than 7 days. Then of course, YouTube, I do not know how far in advance. Christian might know the answer to that one, but for sure. I would, so you got to kind of figure this out. Now, here's the only thing I'll say, the exception to the further advance that you go. If you are like, let's say you're doing a webinar or you're doing something that's like really special and you want to really push it and promote it. You want to get it maybe published on a blog post, and you want to have links to that so that you can say, hey, make sure you tune in. If you want to send an e-blast out and tell people about it in advance, and then you want to have enough time to be able to send a couple reminder emails. Well, you obviously don't want to do that like all the day before, right? So in that case, you may want to schedule that live video 7 days in advance, because when you schedule it, you can get a link and you can say, here's the link, go to this link and click get notified. And so it depends on how much promotion you want to do too. Now, a regular weekly show you're not going to be doing like promotions like what I just described. You may send like an email out and say, hey, I'm going live tomorrow. Don't forget, or whatever. It all depends on how you want to do it. So if you want to promote it and you want time to promote it, and do some repetitive promotion, then further in advance is going to be better for you. And so it depends on a few factors there. So I would, so there you go. Yeah, so here's Christian's follow-up. She says, 7 days in advance. YouTube will let you schedule much further in advance, but you need to set up the homepage of your channel to show your upcoming streams. Yeah, so there's some configuration with your YouTube channels. Billy, I do not think that you're going live on YouTube just yet. Something that maybe you would want to consider. And I know, Billy, you're a StreamYard user. So as you know, if you have the right subscription, you can multi-stream. And so back to Christian's question, he said, what platforms are you streaming to? Currently right now, I'm streaming to YouTube, my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and inside of my Facebook group, DIY Marketing with Melanie. So we're in 3 locations right now. So, okay. Hey, Jennifer, I'll get to your question in just a sec. Just want to let you know I saw it. Okay, so let me go back up because somebody else had a question. Rich, if Rich is still here. Rich, are you still here? Rich, becoming one of my favorite regulars, tuning in every week. So Rich says, I thought you had another question. Okay, I'm wrong. Okay, so Rich says, did you go to the virtual event on Virtual Events? I did not. I think that you are talking about the event that Sage recently put on. So I did not. I actually wanted to tune into it, but I was not able to. One, it didn't work in my schedule, and B, I just thought, okay, I can only do so much right now. So, but no, I'd be interested to know what you learned. I know that our good friends over there at Live Streaming Pros were pushing that heavily. And I know Luray was really excited to learn at that event too. So I think I had another question coming through here. I don't want to miss, right? So again, when you put that Q in front of the questions, it helps me find it really fast, which is great. So Christian, just back to what you said. So this is the windscreen. that's what came in the box. And just, I'm going to pull Christian's comment down so you guys can see the mic. I don't want to move the mic too much because I have it on the Blue Compass, which is actually my least favorite boom arm because it works, but it also doesn't work that great. It has issues. I get annoyed with it. But it's the boom arm I had, and the Shure did not come with a stand. It only came with something you can mount to a stand. And so while you're spending $250 on the microphone, you are going to have to invest in a boom arm or a stand. You can buy the Shure stand, so keep that in mind too. Let me see. Let me scroll back down to get to the questions. I don't want to miss the questions. So, see, now if I was playing, hold on, let me see. If I was playing music right now, you'd be able to listen to a little music while I'm looking. Normally, what I do when I'm like scrolling, I am playing music. I thought I turned the music off. I'm still playing music. Normally, what I would be doing is I'd be going da 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 da, and you guys, all my regulars know this, like da 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 da. I'd like to hum when I'm searching your comments. Okay, now I'm getting back down to it here. Christian, if you're me, I'd keep the Shure. I know, but you also, Christian, you use another app for your monitoring, I think. So I'm liking this Wavelink app. I'm really liking it. All right, let me see here. You guys, if you have more questions, put a Q in front of it. All right, so Jennifer says, what kind of computer do you have that can handle so much software at once? I think I need to upgrade this year. Do I need a gamer computer? So Jennifer, it depends on gaming. Gaming computers are very popular for streaming, and you know why? Because they're built for it. They're built for, they have the graphics, dedicated graphics cards in them. They have a lot of RAM typically. The hard drives are built the right way. I did get a gaming computer, so I have a Dell G5, and I just got it. So I just got this computer 2-3 weeks ago because my other PC was literally, I think I was frying it. I think it was starting to really go crazy on me. I got the infamous blue screen, and when I got the blue screen, I was like, oh boy, I gotta get a computer before I'm out a computer. So what I'm gonna be doing is right now I have this computer all set up, and what I'm gonna be doing is I'm going to be converting that computer to either like a server, like a hard drive, or just, set it up somewhere else and but I mean, I needed a computer where I could do streaming, multitasking with different apps, as you're describing, as well as be, creating and recording and processing videos. And so I knew I needed to upgrade. My other computer is about 5 years old, but you need a lot of RAM. That's the keys. You need a lot of RAM. A dedicated graphics card is going to help you. And then for me personally, my computer, I went with a single hard drive. So I have a solid state hard drive. And so it's like a big solid state hard drive. But most of these gaming computers come with a solid state hard drive that'll be like 250 to 500 gigabytes. And then it'll also come with like a terabyte or 2 terabyte, regular hard drive. And what the solid state is basically how your computer starts up. And I don't know this fully technically. And so when you have those 2 hard drives, you actually, let's say you're working on something and you save a file. Well, you actually have to decide where you save the file. Does it go to your regular hard drive for storage, or does it go to your solid state? From what I understand, your solid state hard drive is where you want to house things that you're running all the time, things that you're starting all the time. So like anything that I'm downloading to create videos or do this stuff with, I would want to put on my solid state hard drive most likely. But your other hard drive is really good for file storage. For me personally, I didn't want to deal with that. And you guys, the people at Best Buy literally know me. And I got a guy over there, Robbie, and we were talking, and he's like, yeah, your personality. He's like, I'd probably just go with one hard drive, but get the big solid state. I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. So that's what I did. Full transparency, this computer was about $1,500. And then I already had the monitors, and I already pretty much had everything else I needed. So all I had to do was get the tower. So, so far I've been really pleased with it, really happy with it so far. So back to Billy's question. So Michael says, I usually do a few days in advance, then send out the link via social media, et cetera. Yeah. So I definitely have found that multiple days helps me. So sometimes I'm not as good at, I'll forget. I will literally sometimes forget to schedule my stream, meaning go create the scheduled stream for the Q&A for these streams, like my weekly Tuesday stream. and for whatever reason, like I'll be like, oh yeah, I did that because I have so many other things, especially right now because we're almost done, but my boot camp is just about over. I'm scheduling a lot of streams in there, and I'll literally look at StreamYard and I'll see Q&A, and I think it's scheduled, and I'll be like, oh crap, I didn't schedule my public one. And so I need to get better about that. But I do find that when I schedule the stream, like 3 to 4 days in advance, it definitely seems like more people show up. If I schedule it the day before, I don't get as many questions. Now, granted, that's the other reason why I want to post earlier, is to give people more time to post their questions ahead of time. I like it when people post questions in advance. It really, really helps. So, Sarah, thank you so much. You're sweet. That's very sweet of you. Appreciate it. Okay. Yeah. That the other question I was going to have for follow-up question I had for Jennifer was going to be, what do you need the computer for? Because, and this is why I like talking to people that can help, because I truly, sometimes I do that. You can do the research, but especially what I found in doing my own research for these gaming computers, there are so many of them out there now. Like, they're everywhere. I also would recommend that you read the reviews. So there was actually a particular gaming computer that I was set on buying, and I started reading reviews, and there were people that said they loved the computer, but then there were a lot of people that said that they had to like go in and reinstall drivers, and like it was very much like, if you're a computer, and people were saying that, like, if you know what you're doing, this computer is great, but if you just want something to pull out of the box and it works fine, this computer's not for you. I ran into issues. I'm like, that's not me. I don't want that. So seriously, that was a real thing. So Laura says, how hard is YouTube? Great question, Laura. Depends on your business and your goals, I guess. But I know that it requires a lot of intention and a lot of strategy. It's definitely an SEO engine in itself. So if you want people to find your content, you need to have some SEO strategy with things, and you have to know your audience, create content that your audience wants, and know what people are looking for as well. But it's hard. It's just as hard as everything else, I guess, is what I would say to that. Laura says, should I watch YouTube videos on YouTube? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Chris, what's the best way to create an intro for StreamYard? Can I use Canva? Well, yes, you can use Canva. Yes, you can. There's multiple ways you could create intro videos for StreamYard. And why not talk about Canva, right? Let's talk about Canva for a second. Because I told you guys I was going to do it. Now, I wasn't going to show you video stuff. But Chris, you can totally make videos with Canva. In fact, I love videos with Canva. So let me just pull my screen up real fast. Whoops. All right, so Canva is the app I use. There's other apps out there. Wave Video is really popular as well. I personally use Canva just because I have used it for a very long time, from the beginning. Yeah, so Christian says Wave Video. Yep, Wave Video is really great for the same stuff. And then, so there's also a couple more apps. There's Adobe Spark. I don't find Adobe Spark to be quite as user-friendly personally for me. You kind of have to, you're doing a little bit more from scratch with Adobe Spark. And then another one that's really great is Animoto. Animoto is a really great video app. But again, I would not, here's why I like Canva. If you're already using Canva for graphics, then just use Canva for the videos. If you're not using anything at all, then look into maybe something that's really specific. So I always have that little caveat when I talk about apps that can do more than one function. So again, there's free versions of a lot of these, but then if you want to do a lot of the really great things, you're probably going to be looking at some paid stuff. So if you're already a Canva Pro user, unless you want to spend the money on another app, you may just want to look at using Canva. Plus, you know how to use Canva, and all your stuff is in that system. But if you're not using Canva, as Christian said, Wave Video is a really, really good option to look into. So, but what I love about Canva is you click on video, and it pulls up all these really great templates. So tons of templates, you guys. So let me just pull this up. Hold on. Let me change I'm going to remove my banner so that you guys can see this. I'm going to go all in here so that you can see what I'm doing. So see these templates over here? Make them a little bigger. So I like Canva because it comes with these pre-built templates. So for like an intro video, there's all these other ones, like, reviews, explainer, marketing video, real estate video, whatever. Let's just click on education video. Okay. So when I click on that, it's going to give me all the different templates that come in this video. So it's got 6 pages. So if I wanted to go ahead and just use this for what it is, I could click here, go to the next page, click the next one, go to 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 the next one, right? And now I have a full video that we can preview. Yeah. You get the point, right? So yes, you can make an intro video with Canva. And what I like about Canva is, like I said, let's say you didn't want to do this exact style. Well, you can just use this as like, ooh, that's a good idea. So I like that Canva has all these pre-built templates into it already that you can use. And you don't have to use each one of these slides to create either. So how would you do it? You would start out with this particular one, and you would maybe have I'd say for you, Chris, you would maybe do like a pan of flamingos in a front yard with like the happy birthday signs and stuff, right? And you could start there and be like, parties, COVID party planners or whatever, I don't know, right? So, but you can use these as storyboards. That's what these are. I mean, they're basically giving you a storyboard to start with, because half the battle that I find with people is that they cannot figure out what they want their video to even include. They're like, I don't even really know what the video should have. Well, when you look at this, it's a storyboard. They're giving you a storyboard. All you have to do is decide, oh yeah, that's perfect. I want that. Okay, I'll go recreate that shot, but for my own business. Animoto is the same way. It comes with some pre-built storyboards, but you're gonna find way more inside Canva than Animoto. Now, Wave Video is very similar, so you're gonna see that as well. So, but yeah, you can definitely use Canva to create videos, but a great question. So let me do this. While I've got Canva open, should I show you guys a couple of the tricks I wanted to show you? Let me do that. So one of the things that I find that's really interesting when we do text, when we're using text, now the screen is, I'm trying to get it as big as I can. Let me just minimize this, see if we can go a little bigger here. No, we're on fit. So, all right. So you see this text. Sometimes when we have text, it's like, well, we want it there. I'm going to give you 2 examples of when this little feature comes into play. We want that text to pop out a little bit more, and sometimes the design can look a little flat when we're using text overlays, meaning a text is on top of something. But if you go to effects, you now have all these text effects. One of the text effects that I love to use is lift. Now watch that text when I click this, and then watch it as I adjust it. So you might have to get up close and personal if you're watching this on your phone, but it doesn't create a shadow. Here's the shadow, and you can change the color of your shadow and change all kinds of different things. Lift is just a pre-built thing, and what it does, it's going to lift that text. It's going to add a little bit of fuzz to the background of our text so that it's able to be seen more. This is so great when you're using an image. So when you are designing with an image and you want to add text to it, I can get back to my thing here. Oh, I lost my menu. Usually there's a little button right there that lets me bring it back, but it's not letting me bring it back today. Let me just do this. So let's say I have an image or a video, right? And I want to put it on here, we're going to make it white, actually. And I'm going to move it. Whoops. I'm going to move it into this corner. And I'm going to go right justified. I'm going to delete this one. So here's my text, right? But I can also, you can do the same thing. So let me show you what this looks like. When we don't lift our text. So no lift. Watch the text. Look how much more legible it becomes. So this is huge. Now, while we're in here, and I can just show you other things, you have all these other, Hollow was a big request. Big request. So people really wanted this Hollow option to be able to create like an outline version of text. So, I mean, not all the fonts do it, but most of them will let you do a Hollow, and you can adjust the thickness. This is huge. This neon is really cool as well when you're doing certain types of designs. There's now a curve feature, and you can adjust how curved it is. So if you want to actually, these are all features that weren't there before. But I don't think people realize these are there because they don't realize they don't think to go up here and click on effects. So click on effects, okay? So I wanted to show that to you guys because every time I talk about it with people, they're always like, I had no idea. I just realized I was kind of far away from my microphone. There was a guy, I had no idea. I'm like, yeah, it's there. And then another feature, again, I'm going to look here in just a second, see if I know this particular feature is a paid feature, what I'm about to show you. But another feature people always ask me is they always say, hey, how did you create that graphic of yourself, of just you? Like how did you do that? Did you have to go into Photoshop and, edit out the background of the original photo, yada, yada, yada? Nope. No, I did not. You know what I did is I straight up used a feature called background remover from here. Let me do this really fast because I'm working on a couple projects that I want to keep private. All right, so let me add my photo. There's my photo. All right, now we can go back. Go back in here. Okay, here's my photo, right? It's the original photo that I took DIY style, like we all talked about with Brittany Binion last week. I hope you guys tuned into that. If you didn't, go watch the replay because it was like a free masterclass. I'm going to go up here to effects again, right? And one of the effects that's a pro feature is background remover. And at least it used to be a pro feature. I'm going to look at these. Watch. It's magic. It's a magic trick. Now, the algorithms didn't quite get my earring just right. So here's what we're going to do. We can go to restore. I'm going to restore that tiny spot, right? Ever so delicately. Sometimes I gotta be a little careful, not over to restore. I just go up a little bit more so we can kind of connect a little bit more there. That doesn't look great, but you get the point, right? You can fix it. So I actually can go and erase that I just did too. How fun is that? So now I just click done and now I have this. This is fantastic for things. Now let me show you something else. This is what I really wanted to show you today because some of you may be like, I already knew about background remover. Let me do a quick check-in on the comments. Animations. James, tell you what, if you guys want to see the animations, I want you guys to go to StreamYard. Go to that account and watch my show that I did with Christian on Friday. That's what I want you to go check. But James, how are you, James? I'm glad you're here today. Okay. Oh, James, I will answer the mic question. You missed all that fun stuff. Okay, so My Bourbon Journey, this is Canva that I'm using right now. That's what I'm using right now to do this. So, all right. So James makes Canva videos. Yeah, he's makes some videos with Canva Pro as well. So yeah, and you can add music. In fact, it comes with free music you can add. If you have a pro account, you can upload your own audio. So if you wanted to record a voiceover and upload it, boom, there you go. You have that as well. So, okay, let me take a look here. So, okay, what was I getting at? Here's the thing I wanted to show you guys though. Here's a little trick. So a lot of times we see these videos and they'll have a glow to them. Remember that text lift that I showed you? I mean, this is lifted, right? So the lift, so there's no lift. It's boring and flat. We lift it. It looks way better. Well, how would you do that with this? Well, we might want to add just a little bit something else. So I'm going to copy myself. I'm going to copy my image. Now I have two of me. I'm going to keep it the exact same size. But this particular one that's in the background, right, the original, I'm going to go into adjust. And I'm going to make it blurry. So I'm going to add a little blur, right? And then I'm actually going to add some darkness to it. I'm going to make it darker. Now, sometimes you have to bump the size up just a hair for this to work, or you can actually, if you blur it more, if you notice the edges of my image are getting larger. Do you see that? So if we go a little larger and we go a little darker, and now I drag myself back over, now I have a glow versus no glow, glow, no glow, glow, no glow, right? Now watch. Now let's say you don't like that style. You want it to be brighter. You want a brighter glow. Well, then you just go bright. I personally think the darker looks better, but everyone has their own opinion. Maybe this one looks better. Now I'm glowing. right? No glow, glow, no glow, glow. I'm almost angelic. I almost look angelic. So that are a couple of the tricks I wanted to show you guys about Canva. Now, let me pull this down and like take a quick look and see if I can figure out. Sometimes I get confused about what features are free versus what features are paid. I'm a Canva certified creative, so I get all the features. I also get some beta features that you guys don't have. That's actually why I had to minimize my screen for a sec. I get some features before they're released, and we are not allowed to talk about those until they're ready to talk about them. In fact, there's some really cool things coming. I can tell you that. I can say that, but I can't say anything else. Let me go into incognito and see if I can pull up the pricing for Canva, unless somebody just already knows if these features are paid or not paid. So let me take a quick look. So, do you guys hear music, right? You should still hear music a little bit. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Oops, it's funny. I'm doing the wrong thing. All right, plans. So, one of the things I can never find is like a pricing comparison chart that tells me things. Pricing. Here we go. This is what I see for Canva right now for pricing. So it doesn't really do a great job of telling me which features are free versus not free. Let me see if this does. Here we go. This one's better. Free templates, logos, that's everything. I'm going to try to look through this quickly because this isn't really the kind of stuff we really care that much about, is it? And my goodness, it's already 3:08. This is pretty key. So I use Canva to design my overlays for my streaming as well. So, you know, an overlay, for example, this one could be one, right? This is a transparent background, but it also has a semi-transparent graphic. You have to have a Canva Pro account to be able to to download a transparent PNG file, which is really important when we want to use overlays like this, or like this, or like this, right? Or like this. So that's key to know that is that you actually do have to have a pro account. You do not have to have a pro account to export GIFs or videos. I did know that. But as far as, see, it doesn't even go into the background remover unless I overlooked it. Oh, there it is right there, right there, right there. So the background remover is a pro feature. So you do have to have Canva Pro to be able to do that background thing that I showed you guys. And then the text effects, I don't see text effects in here. So they probably need to update this page to let us know. I think text effects are free. I'm almost positive text effects are free. So you lifting the text on the design, you know, that is a free feature. I am almost positive that is a free feature. So hello, Crystal, one of my favorite people in the world. Okay, James, let me talk to James real quick. Now, James, go back and if you want to watch the replay, we went through all kinds of stuff about this. So you're currently listening to the Shure. You are currently listening to the Shure M7. That is what you're listening to right now. The Elgato Wave 3, I'll let you listen to that. We did this whole fun spiel. We went all crazy. That's how you're listening to music, is because I'm using the Elgato Wavelink app. So, James, are you a Elgato guy? Is that yes? Okay. Michaela says text effects are free. Thank you, Michaela. Appreciate that. And I see you have a question as well, so I will check that out. So, James, back to James's question. So Wavelink comes with the Elgato Wave 3 app, or the Wavelink is the app that you get to download because of this, right? Yeah, MV7. Ooh, did I say it wrong? I may have said it wrong. Right now you're listening to the Shure, but then right now you're listening to the Elgato Wave 3. We all kind of agreed earlier that the Shure sounds way better. It definitely sounds cleaner, right? I also am noticing that the Elgato pulls in a lot more background noise. It is a condenser microphone, if I'm not mistaken. But the Shure, I think the plosives on the Elgato are incredibly impressive. I mean, there's a built-in pop filter inside this mic from what I read, and it does a pretty dang good job compared to other microphones I've used, especially at the price point of $150, $140. And then let's go back to the Shure, and I'll tell you, the Shure plosives are a lot worse. I think the P's and the pops are way, way worse. So the other thing that that I am discovering with the Shure is that, did that just get louder for you guys? I didn't have it all the way maxed out. The Shure also requires my gain to be up really high. I'm using USB right now, so it's the gain's almost all the way up on it for it to work well. So that's what you guys. So right now you're listening to the Shure microphone. I have my Elgato muted, but I'm playing music, and I can use the app to increase that music volume for you guys so you hear it louder. I wasn't listening to the music because I have mine down. What's really cool about this Wavelink app is I can actually adjust both, and I can lock it so that if I move one, I move the other. So now I'm hearing what you're hearing. Versus if I don't want to hear music, if I don't want to be distracted, I can also turn that down. So super cool features. It's a virtual mixer is essentially what it is. It's a virtual Go XLR with a lot less features. But anyway, okay. Michaela has a question. She says, I pulled a video into Canva to create a Facebook cover. Cover needs smaller pixel count. Can I change that in Canva or Pro? I pulled a video into Canva to create Facebook cover. The cover needs a smaller pixel count. You should be able to resize it. Now, there's something called the Magic Resizing tool as well. So when we pull up Canva, let me pull it up. So let's say I'm in a video. Just pull up a video randomly. If you go here to resize, you should be able to adjust the size to whatever you want. And the Magic Resizing tool will actually completely adjust the design. It'll try to figure out what the heck you want it to change it to. And it will make adjustments to the text size and other things to magically resize it. So if you have, like, for example, if I wanted to go from this to a square, then, or totally change it. It does this magic resizing. You have to have a pro account for that. I never use that. I just don't. I don't ever use it. I know a lot of people that do. But you do typically have to go in and make adjustments to it. But you should be able to downsample. So the only thing I'm thinking, I'm not 100% sure what your specific challenge you're running into. So Michaela, do me a favor. Why don't you ask this exact same question inside of our DIY Marketing with Melanie Facebook group and give me a little bit more specific detail. Ooh, but Kyla, you could record a video of yourself because I know you've done that before because we've exchanged videos of before. So for sure. Oh, Brittany. Hello, Brittany. So she says the video size that is too big for a Facebook cover. I did use the Facebook cover style. So Facebook wouldn't let you upload it. I'm assuming, is that the case? That's a resolution issue, file size issue, which you may need to use a video optimizer. Does anyone here know of a really good free video optimizer tool that isn't going to fully downsample her quality? Wouldn't fully downsample the quality. Michaela, I'm assuming you want to use the Facebook cover video feature. Is that why you're pulling a video in to do that? That's my question. But Michaela, you could also ask this question in the DIY group. Go give me all the specifics you can, and then we'll try to troubleshoot that one for you. And anyone that's not part of or inside of our Facebook group, come join us. We're over there. We have fun. We talk about all this stuff all the time. I'm streaming in that group right now. But we also, you guys can post questions, post supporting things like motivational things that help you keep moving forward. We talk about anything DIY marketing and business related. So, and what a DIY marketer is it somebody doing their own marketing, doing it DIY style, like all this, the scrappy but not crappy stuff. So feel free to go over there, hang out with us, join us, because we're always having tons of fun over there. So Kapwing is good for video resizing. So I've literally only used Kapwing a few times because Desiree Martinez did her video and she showed the whole. I cannot wait to play around with Kapwing more. And we made this with Kapwing last week when I opened it up. I made this real fast, made that in Kapwing. Super awesome. And I made this too. James, you're the winner. So, so it's good for video resizing. And Kapwing is free. There is a paid version, but there is a free. So, Yeah, so do post that in the group, Michaela. But yeah, I would say let's look for, we need to find a video optimizer. That's probably what you need to find. Maybe that's what James is mentioning too, that maybe it might optimize your video for you. So I still need to play around with that app. I can't wait to play around with it more and more and more, because holy crap, it is capable of like, it blew my mind. Just I was literally like, this is what I've been looking for. This is what I've been looking for, a way to create these animations and then export it as a transparent GIF without having to go use another application to remove the background from the animated file. So super cool. Okay. So Jennifer says, Movavi is my go-to for video editing and resizing. Thank you for that suggestion, Jennifer. Super cool. Very cool. Cool. All right. So you guys, we're going to wrap it up. It's like 3:17. We went over. I always know when the stream gets a little crazy, when my face starts getting red. Like my face is flushed because I get kind of like excited, and when I get to that like 60-minute mark, I start getting a little bit red. So I knew I was getting there, but I definitely now we really are officially there. So all right, cool. I am going, I know, yeah. So Brittany, we gotta play around with that Kapwing and check it out and see what's up. So you guys, I will be live again next week, same time, same place, but I will also probably be live later this week. So if you haven't already, make sure that you are, if you're watching on YouTube, if that's where you prefer to watch and hang out, subscribe to my channel, because I am going to go live more. I'm also going to be doing a few more really fun tips and tricks, like all this stuff I talk about with Canva and other things. I'm going to be doing more of that stuff. And as I mentioned, I am now going to be helping StreamYard with content as well. And you guys, they have a great YouTube channel. So if you like learning about this stuff, go subscribe to StreamYard's YouTube channel as well. Join the StreamYard Facebook group. If you're using StreamYard, you should 100% be in the Facebook group, because that's how I learn a lot. That's also where I get inspired by what people are doing and how they're using the app or how they're bolting it on to other things. It's incredible. It's really, really fantastic stuff that's going on in there. And so make sure you join that stuff too. And then, if you like hanging out on Facebook, then make sure you follow the page. Don't like the page, because page likes are gone now. Facebook page likes are gone. Now we just follow pages. So following a page basically means you want to receive their content. Facebook looked at it this way. I don't even know why they made two different options, Facebook likes and Facebook follows, but they've decided Facebook likes, they took them away, and now Facebook follows. Or did I get that backwards? No, it's Facebook follows. You follow pages now. You don't like them anymore. I think I got that right. I hope I didn't get that backwards. But anyways, so here's the deal. When you guys, if you like I said earlier too, if you want to continue to have these kind of conversations with each other, as well as ask me stuff or, celebrate wins together, then get into the Facebook group. Facebook, it's DIY Marketing with Melanie. Just search for that and you will find it on Facebook. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up, get going, get some work done, and I'll see you guys next time, right? All right, go have fun. See ya.